Welcome, everyone. This is Erik Burton with ericburton.com. Click on the link in the description below, leadsecret.info, and once you put your email in, you will see this specific page where you can watch this first video. You can also watch this video. If you haven't registered, you can go ahead and register here. If you have registered, you can continue here with the specific training. There's another button in the link in the description below that takes you to a page that looks like this. Okay, so you can do either or. This is actually going to take you through a funnel that's going to give you different tasks like step 1, step 2, step 3, and so forth. We also have the tools tab here. Okay, for those of you, which seems like in the comments below have been a lot of people that don't understand crypto pretty much at all. And this is a way for you to get that set up and get it started. Okay. So this is about Affiliate Advertising Club. Hasn't come out yet. They delayed the launch date because of the issues they had with people sending in their cryptocurrency and it not processing it correctly. But also, I think the main problem is that people were sending in different amounts of cryptocurrency at different points in time. Remember, whenever you watched me make my deposit, I made my entire deposit once with one transfer. It went through within 2 hours or so. Now it will probably go through fairly quickly. Okay. So once we click in the members area, just so you know, this is basically showing people about the banners, because this platform, you're going to be using it for sending traffic. You can send traffic to pretty much anything you want to, but as long as you go through that process of purchasing ad packs and letting them expire and then letting them continue to roll over, you're going to 5 and 10, possibly 10x your money within a very short period of time. You've probably seen the video where it goes, the first 24 hours is going to seem magical. And it is. In the first 48 hours or the next 48 hours after that is going to seem extremely fast. So taking $100 and rolling it over 5 or 6 times in those first 48 hours or so is not far-fetched with this, but you have to process a traffic package. And where would you do that? Well, you go to the funds tab here and see you want to purchase traffic. Now, they don't have it entirely set up yet, and they won't obviously until October 26th at 11 a.m. 2023 Eastern Standard Time, which is 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or Arizona time at this point. So here are examples of the banners. You can see this one's 728 by 90. This one's 468 by 60. Okay, you can see that here. And then we also have the 125 by 125. Now, I'm not going to really put banners on here that are this extravagant. I know that may get your attention a little bit. This one kind of gets your attention as well and does a few things. But I'm a little bit more to the traditional. But I'm going to show you one of the little tricks that I'm using, where they don't even have to click on your banner to actually look for and bring traffic to your site. Okay, so with that being said, you use these banners to say, for instance, well, let's click on this banner, this 728 banner, and you can see this is what you're going to have to do every day. You're going to have to click on 2 banners and 2 text ads every day, and then also a login, log out, which you'll just basically put your URL in that login, log out. Okay, so you can see here we have banner ads, we have text ads, which are these right here. You're just using a good ad copy for whatever you're promoting, and then they just click on this and it goes directly to your link. And then you have login, log out ads, which basically is just a link, and then it's going to show the page of your URL that you're promoting for traffic on that login, log out page. And then obviously solo ads, if you want to do solo ads for email, which I'll use for another video. Probably do it tomorrow. Okay. So with that being said, that is the basis for the ARP, I believe, of this platform. Okay. Your ARP right there, your stats on that. And that's what you're trying to roll over, as well as getting a lot of traffic, a lot of buyer traffic to your ads. Okay. But right now we're going to talk about banners. Okay. One place that I go to is called Canva, Canva.com. Here's canva.com. And I've already made quite a few banners that I'll actually show you here in a minute. But let's go ahead and understand how to create a design for a banner. Okay. So I'm going to click on this create a design. And by the way, you can get Canva for free for like the first 14 days, I believe, maybe the first 30. And I will click on here and I will scroll down to the custom sizing, left click on that. And remember, this banner right here, I'll do a little bit bigger banner, is a 728. See that? By 90. So I'm going to put in 728 for the width and 90 for the height. And then we come to something like this, okay? Notice how it's already given you the outline of the banner. I have the actual pro version of Canva, so you'll be able to see that I'll be able to acquire a few more things than normal. But let's go ahead and pick something here that might grab somebody's attention. Now, you don't have to be too specific. I'll show you a banner that I've made already, but as you can see, this automatically clicked on to the style of a banner. Now, this is something that I can take off. See that? You can take these things off, but you can still see that there's a little bit of design back there, okay? I'm going to go ahead and use this lettering here, but I'm going to use something that I am going to be promoting, and it's called jobop.info. Now, that is actually one of my tricks is I'm going to show you the actual URL that I'm promoting. Notice I'm going to make it as big as I possibly can. See that? That's actually pretty cool. It's not too bad. But in actuality, to make it pop a little bit more, I would probably want to reverse these roles. So I would rather have a purple background because I want it to be a little more flashy. So I'll go purple background, and then I'm going to go white for the jobop.info. Now, see, that pops a little bit more, okay? And what you can do with Canva, see, I've already made the first static. Now, you could make a static one like this, and you could just copy and paste, and this would be a PDF file, okay? We'll go over what I feel they're going to accept versus what the alternative is if you need to, okay? So you could just download this as a PDF style and you'll have somebody click on that, okay? There's not really much to it. They just say jobop.info. They click on it, okay? Which is okay, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to double click and highlight it, and then I'm going to go over here to animate. Now, I don't know if you get this with just the 30-day free trial or the 14-day free trial, but I have the pro version, so I can animate the lettering. So I'll left click on animate what I've highlighted, and then when I hold it over, you can see what the animation will do, okay? And it does a wipe. I think I'll try the wipe because that's pretty easy, okay? And then you can scroll down here where it does both the enter and the exit, okay? So I'm going to try that, and it's going to go from left to right. See with that button there? Now, here's the other thing. Once I left click on the background, you see it gives a 5-second. Okay, how fast, how long do you want this? Well, I figure that I can do one for about 7 seconds, but here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to go to 3.5 seconds. See that? And then we're going to know what this does by just kind of clicking up on this little link right here to show us what it does. See, that just comes in and opens up, right? And it closes. Okay, now here's what is a little trick, especially if you're going to download this into more of a video file. Now, that's if they accept this, but also I don't know yet what the rules are in the back office of Affiliate Advertising Club, but there are several options that you're going to need to be ready for, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to this little icon where I duplicate the page. See that? Now, you can have a second slogan for the second 3.5 seconds. So this will be the first 3.5 seconds. This will be the second 3.5 seconds. Okay. So what this job op is that you can make earn $100 daily. Now, I could do something a little different there, which I might. Okay. Now notice I make it a little bit bigger because I'm kind of spreading it out here. Earn $100 commissions. And I'll put a couple of, or one exclamation point on there, okay? And I'll spread it out just wide enough. Okay, now you're going to see that this is not going to be quite as big, but it's going to be pretty much congruent. And this is a simple way to do it. It's not something that's going to be entirely flashy. If you want something a little more flashy, you're going to have to experiment a little bit. But what has happened, though, is that this has taken on the same effect as this. And this is for another 3.5 seconds because remember, we copied. So let's see what the 7-second banner looks like. It's going to open up there. It's going to close out, and then it's going to open up there. Earn $100 commissions. I think that's a pretty cool banner. Okay. It's simple. It's easy. It's quick. And this is the 964. So see, there's jobop.info. And all I'm going to do in here is put 728 by 90, just so I know what size of a banner it is. Okay. And then we'll go over here to the share and we'll left click. We want to scroll down to the download. See that? And it's going to download an MP4 video actually, because once we connected these two and we added that animation, it became a video, not a static PNG page or a JPEG page. Okay. Or just a JPEG image, if you will. Okay. And see, it's showing you what it does. Okay. See that? Jobop.info and earn $100 commissions. And it'll do that until it renders the video. Okay. And I'll show you the process of what I do, because whenever you're starting to put these ads in, everybody's going to be freaking out because they got to get it in. They got to get it in, right? Because everybody else is as well, almost at the same time. And that's okay. You want to be patient, but you also want to set things up. Okay. So what I will do is I will come to this point here. I'm going to render down and we'll see here that I saved it right here. See, that's where it is right there. And what I'll do is I'll take it off. And it went into my banners. See that? My banners folder right there. I believe it did. There it did. It went over here. Okay. So I'll bring it over here and then I'll pull it into my banners folder. So what happens then is this is the actual file that you can possibly use. Okay. So this is the one we just did. If I left click on it, it's going to render it and play it. Okay. Now this is what the AAC platform is going to do as well. Okay. That's a 7-second one. I think that's pretty cool. It's going to just keep repeating itself. It's going to loop. Okay. I don't know exactly what their requirements are in here. if they can let you load up something, a file from your laptop, or here's an alternative. Now, some of you may not have this ability, but there are things out there for what we call URL banners. So you want to make sure that you put in URL banners in Google, how to make a banner with an embedded URL. Okay. There's plenty of references here for that free banner generator. And the only thing with these type of sites is they're going to have URLs from these sites. And if these sites ever go down, you may not be able to ever use that banner again, okay, because of the specific URL. If you are using the URL to actually implement it into this AAC platform, that's what I don't know exactly, because there's not really any instructions on it. Notice when I click my banners, it doesn't really have too many instructions. So I'm hoping that it's going, whenever I do a traffic package, it's just going to say upload the banner. It won't have to have a URL. But if you do need a URL, here's what I do. I go to my back office of ericburton.com, okay, and I click on media. And once I click on media, then I click on an add new, see that? And then I can select any file to do that with, okay? So we know that we put it in my banners folder, and we know it's right here because we just did it, okay? So now I have this banner in a URL. So I'm going to copy that URL, and it's my own specific URL, so I can control it. And see, right there is the URL. We click on it, and right there's the banner. You see that? So if they do require that you have it in a URL format, that's what you're going to want to do. Okay. And so once I do that, I come over to a spreadsheet, and I will put this as AAC banners for my reference. Okay. Notice I've already done a few, and I will paste that banner into the banner URL. Then I'll also put the size, which 728, I'll know what size that is. And then which one is it? It's for job op. So I've already got one in here for job op. So whenever I come in here and I'm putting together my traffic package, whatever package that is, I'll be able to say, okay, here's Amazon secrets.info. I'll copy this one, and we'll look at that one as well. And we can do it by coming over here, and I won't do this. I won't look at it because I'll already know what it looks like, but there's Amazon secrets.info. It does basically the same thing, collect dividends with cash signs. And I did a third one here, Amazon royalties. Okay. That should attract people's attention, and it will loop as you go into the platform. Okay. So I pretty much got things set and ready for the 728s and a majority of the banners that I'm going to promote. And I'm going to do that for the smaller banners like the 468 by 60s and also the 125 by 125s. Okay. Now, as far as the text ads, and here is the actual animated gift banners, which I'm not too familiar with. I don't know if they're referring to this or just this. Okay. Maybe they are. Maybe it's a full-size banner. It doesn't really say in here when we click on it. It just gives the seconds that you do, but it looks like one of those log in and log out type of banners. So maybe you can just put in your URL that you're trying to bring traffic to. Okay. That's what it looks like to me. Now, it could mean something different. I don't know yet. I don't know too much about that, but I will say that this is basically how I'm going to put together one of my ad packages or traffic packages. Okay. So it's inevitable that you need banners, you need advertising, you need to probably do a couple of text ads and at least a couple of banner ads. And then you're going to have a login, log out banner, but it will basically be the URL that you're using. Okay. Because when you've seen that, let's go ahead and log out and see we've logged out, and it's using the affiliate advertising.club as the banner, okay, that you're looking at. So I would use something like jobopt.info for that opt in and opt out banner, okay, that I'm promoting, okay? That could be one traffic package, okay, that's running on that. So say, for instance, you decided to purchase 10 packages at $10 a piece, which is $100 that you're trying to roll over. Well, once that rolls over the first time, you're going to just let it go, because what happens here is you want to make sure that when you go to your profile, before you even start, that you have auto repurchase on there. So whenever you purchase that package and use banners or whatever text advertising or log in, log out ads, then you're just going to let that roll. So the $100 will go to $200. It'll automatically purchase again. And in actuality, once it gets to $100 in profit, it might repurchase it again, those $10 ads, okay, for the same exact thing that you're promoting, okay? And then once it gets to another $100, it'll do it again. You see that? And it'll do that over and over and over until you stop it, okay? So, and just be aware that don't take it too fast, but make sure that you have both things covered. If they need a URL for that banner, then you'll use that URL for the banner. If they don't, then you can just use the one that you saved on your laptop, okay? And notice I have 728, 728, and the ones I don't have 728, I'm going to have to label as the smaller banners, okay? Because I did make some smaller banners, as you'll see, and they're just a little bit smaller is all, okay? But they have pretty much the same concept, okay? They're just a lot smaller ones, and they don't look quite as good because they're a lot smaller, okay? But that's my 468 by 60, I believe. And, you know, that one little caveat that I showed you that is real important for me is to make sure that people know what URL, you're showing them the URL immediately, okay? And this is what I did with one of my Amazon secrets.info, and you can go here. This is a 12-second click over banner. So each spot, I believe, is 4 seconds. So it takes a little bit of time because it scrolls it, and then it swipes it, and it scrolls the next one, collect dividends. And then the next one, it does the same thing, Amazon royalties. See that? And that's the full banner, and it will repeat the process. Okay? So I hope that's help enough. I know it's a lot to get started. Take your time. Especially depending on, you got to set what you want to do with your traffic. If you're deciding to do, say, if you have $100 and you want to do 10 packages at $10 a piece, and you just want to roll that over and over and over, you can send that to one specific link. You know, there's another way, another trick that you can send it to many different links, but I don't want to go into that right now. Why would you? Because how do you know what's going to work and what's not? Because eventually you're going to want to track which traffic is working and which is not. And the stats in the back office will tell you that, okay? So I hoped that has helped. One thing, subscribe to receive solo emails. I think at some point you're going to need to be able to check that and update it. I've tried to check it and update it, and it still doesn't save. So I don't know what that means yet, but I do know one thing. You've got to make sure that you click on at least 2 text ads a day and at least 2 banner ads a day, whichever banner it is, and go for the 15 or 20 seconds or how long you're supposed to. And you also click on a log in, log out banner and let that expire, okay? That means you've gotten 5 points, but also you have to do once a week where you're checking your emails for the solo ads that they send you, and there's going to be a special link in there. If you don't do that on a weekly basis, at least with the solo ads, you might be disqualified in your earnings at some point, some way, somehow, for whichever day that is. So make sure that you're going in consistently every day and clicking on the banners. I would click on 4 or 5 banners and 4 or 5 text ads and do the log in, log out maybe a couple times, and then make sure that I go check my emails for email solo ads at least 2 or 3 times a week. at least. And I'm going to be looking at all of those emails. I'm going to be opening all of them up because you're going to be able to learn very good email ad copy from this as well. Okay. So make sure that you click on the link in the description below to get signed up if you need to, and follow the step-by-step if you do leadsecret.info. If you don't, you're going to go directly to this page with that one link that's in the description as well. You can also register right here if you don't want to go through the funnel or the steps. Okay. And I hope this worked out a little bit. I know it seems a little tricky, but definitely you can do it if you put your mind to it. And I can say this wholeheartedly, that if you make excuses enough and don't find ways to get over the humps in what you're doing and solve some of the problems, you're never going to have that millionaire mindset, and you're never going to become a 6-figure or 7-figure or better earner. But this is a once in a lifetime opportunity because you're already here and the launch date hasn't happened yet. So make sure that you don't get frustrated during launch days. If it takes you an hour or so to get your first traffic package, you're ahead of everybody else pretty much. Okay. If it takes you a couple hours because it's been inundated with people putting on their ad packs and so forth, I'm sure that they're focusing on that. But if you have things ready, okay, like this, and you know what link you're going to promote to, especially with the banner ads, you'll have at least some time to where you can do things consistently, get those ad packs purchased. Make sure that once you purchase those ad packs, before you even do it, that you go to accounts and your profile, my profile, and you make sure that auto repurchase is on. I would do that consistently, especially the first week of making sure that that auto repurchase is on. Whenever you want to extract money, then you turn it off and watch your account grow in funds. And you can go do that here when you go to withdraw. You see that? And it'll give you your cash balance. Okay, so click on the link in the description below. This is Erik Burton with erikburton.com. Have a great day, guys and gals.